Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video from Bird One. In today's video we're going to be showing you a new update on the devlogs of the game that I'm working on. There's been a lot of changes. It was so much that I decided like, okay, let's not make a video about each topic, but let's assume taking it all together in one video is much better. So for example, save settings on your graphics works now. So once you find your sweet spot for your GPU or whatever, you can simply save your settings, and each time you come into the game, it will use the same settings, the same as when you change it. One of the big differences that I have made compared to other games is there's a lot of games you need to restart the whole game to edit some settings. But I'll show you, if I just for example, just change one setting, it will automatically change it on the entire game real time. I'm not sure why some games need to restart anyway, but that's one of the things I noticed. The other things I changed, I still need to fix the loading screens as well. The other things I changed is the combat system. There was a few things that bothered me a lot, like the way the character was moving, the way that it was wearing his weapon all the time. So let's get to the first thing I changed. So moving sideways and in the front and stuff is way more smooth now. It feels like actual movements. So now the mouse is actually locked behind the character and the character spins around with where you're looking at. So it's a little bit easier when you're focusing on an NPC that you want to hit compared to moving the whole character left and right in order to aim for the character with your weapon. So that's way smoother now, and jumping is also fluid now. I also introduced the footstep noises, like when you hit different materials like stone and grass and whatever, and when you enter water you get a water sound and stuff like that. It's like the minor details, but they do actually matter in the end. Yeah, now you can't see the front of your face anymore because you're always changing the camera with the character. So I'm gonna introduce some kind of inventory system and gear system so you can watch your character up front. Also, I made it that you can change weapons. Well, now I'm doing it quickly by hot switching it as a developer, but in the end, this will all be arranged as well. So when you are going to attack an NPC, of course you need to be combat ready. So when you start an attack or something like it, your character will automatically equip and unequip the weapon when you're going to engage with the enemy, let's say. So that is one of the biggest changes I've done, making the character do his stances, his different animations and stuff like that. So combat-wise, that is way more interesting. I've also been working on the dungeon a little bit graphically. I will show that on the end of the video. The biggest one I've been working on the past 3 days, and that was why I was so focused, is the new mechanic of mystery boxes. I really love them. They're only going to be obtainable by rare drops from NPCs or bosses. There's going to be 5 mystery boxes in total, and I programmed 2 at this moment. So what it does is it just randomly picks one of the items I put into it. You can see the possible prizes and the amount that it will drop below it. And there's also one new item coming as well. It's going to be some kind of boss keys. There's going to be people that don't want to do bossing or dungeons all day, and they have a possibility when they use a mystery box, for example, by just simply killing NPCs, that they will be able to open boss chests and still have a chance to get the gear from the dungeon, even though they didn't have to actually do the dungeon. I've noticed that in many games that some people, when they're soloing and they don't have so much friends to join, that it's hard to get certain items. So I want to make it possible in different ways. Make sure to to tell me something in the comments below if you like that idea. So when you spin it, it's just gonna randomize the loot, and then it's going to give you an uncommon, a rare, or an epic amount. For example, we have an uncommon amount of dragon glass ore, and we retrieved 3 pieces of it. So yeah, of course I can keep spinning it as much as I want because I'm the developer and I just gave myself a few hundred keys to test it out. For example, now we have a rare one and stuff like that. Also, we made another one for gaining experience points. So instead of killing NPCs, doing quests or skilling later on, you can also have an XP mystery box. And I think it's nice to get this one on, for example, boss drops or maybe even NPC drops or while you're skilling. So the same for this. When you spin this, you will get one of the 4 items. There will be another key as well for this mystery box. There will be 6 keys in total later on, but I just added 1 for now. For example, I have 746 XP now from this one, so that's pretty good. So this one's going to be pretty darn rare because sometimes you can gain a whole level spinning this mystery box. And I don't want to give too much away in one go. It needs to be a little bit late game content as well. So that's going to be some things for the balancing, of course. Let's go to the dungeon for now and show you guys what I've made so far. Over here you can see that the map is still a bit empty and stuff, but there's still a lot of work to do in the worlds, and maybe I think this is a nice location to put the boss chests for this region, because it's kind of abandoned. In the beginning I thought this was a big place, but eventually when you're playing the game you really think like this is just a little small corner, and it's kind of unused. So I need to rebuild this a little bit and make something nice out of it. So first of all, I'll show you guys a secret walker, how you say that, like a quick skippy part where you can go up quicker than normally. Normally you have to walk all the way around, but I found it myself and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. You find bugs in your own game. That's nice. So I redecorated this part a little bit. So there's a waterfall, some flowers, and this mountain side is done better as well. Still needs to have a little bit more details, of course, in the end. Also, looking in the distance, you need to have a bit more islands coming as well to decorate a little bit more. But they will all have a function. So piece by piece, this game is gonna grow. So yeah, the dungeon is still the same. Also added lens flares, as you can see. When you're looking into a bright light, for example the sun, something like that, you get these lens flares. If you have a decent computer, of course, otherwise you can't turn it on. It's pretty heavy to calculate. I decorated the whole area a bit more. Those damn NPCs chasing me now, so I'm gonna hit him. I need a bigger sword. There you go. One hit KO. There you go. So eventually we will be adding more loot tables to the game, more possible loots and stuff. The achievements work as well in the meantime. So yeah, there's a lot of new things coming in. And I decorated this area, for example, and I put some crystals in this cave for now. There is so much to do in the game and so much to develop. And let's say you're quite bored of your dungeon and you're kind of stuck waiting for a friend, whatever. You can just go in and spin a mystery box that you just had, and you can chill out a little bit. And maybe I will put in some extreme mystery boxes where you can get like legendary items from. Really rare chance to get them though. I also reworked this area a little bit more, gave it some lighting, because when it's nighttime, because we have night cycles and day cycles, it can get pretty dark. So eventually I will remake this dungeon as a whole to get all the parts done where it needs to be, so you don't have dark spots and stuff like that. This place still needs to be decorated like fully, Here will be some werewolf NPCs probably in the future. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna put here yet. But you'll need to follow this path, and I made it so you can't jump over this time. You can jump off here if you want, but that's stupid because then you just bug out the raids dungeon. So I think adding invisible walls is not the way I like to make games. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decorate a little bit more so it's still preventive that you can't do that. Over here will be some small bosses, like it's gonna be the same as the boss, but they will be smaller version perhaps. This place is totally bugged and still needs to be developed and stuff. This is going to be the boss area. As you can see, you can just look under it, maybe even walk under it. And there is the nature boss that is actually pretty much a boring boss. He's still called Dungeon Boss 01. So we need to fix that. Also, there's one issue I'm having. I need to figure out a little bit. When you actually go to the boss and you just jump off the stairs, he thinks he's not able to go down for some reason. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. The navigation is not working properly with that. So what you could do is you could just simply kill him from here and he would never even touch you in some way. So I need to figure out what's going on here, and that's gonna take some time as well. Yeah, his loot chest is not working yet, so he's just dropping the looks, let's say, but not the actual chest. We also decorated this place already. It's not so empty anymore. It's a lot of work decorating this stuff. Like, I put it all in by hand every single time, and that's the reason why I actually do that. But yeah, to end the dungeon as well, it's really lame. You have this little door over here, you just walk through it and you're out of the dungeon. So that is what I've been doing the past 8-9 days. Especially this mystery boxes took a lot of time, a really long time actually. It took longer than I expected to create this kind of things, because it's a simple idea, a simple concept, but the scripting behind it is actually pretty phenomenal. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have questions or whatever, make sure to join our Telegram channel. So you can ask me questions or do suggestions or do it in the comments below, anything you want. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one.